Hello everyone, I'm Dale Fox and you're watching GLOBALink. 2020 is a year that certainly changed how we all live and work, even for the world's top leaders. Throughout the year, Chinese President Xi Jinping has personally led China's diplomatic efforts. In 2020, he's been keeping in touch virtually with world leaders and organization heads, carrying out so-called cloud diplomacy. In fact, if you type this term into Google, we can see just how busy President Xi's been.
地球是我们的共同家园，我们要秉持人类命运共同体理念。
Today we're joined by three of our correspondents. Du Yong in Geneva, Anastasia Azapova in Moscow, and Xi in New York, to discuss what Xi's cloud diplomacy means to the world. First, let's talk to Du Yong.
Hi Dale. Beside me is the WHO, the UN agency charged with spearheading international public health efforts. In 2020, President Xi engaged in intensive head of state diplomacy, trying to help build global consensus on COVID-19. He supported the WHO's leading role in the pandemic fight. Addressing multilateral meetings, Xi's called on countries to put people and lives first and enhance solidarity to get through the pandemic together. She's also pushed for vaccines to be fairly distributed as a global public good. Experts and officials have spoken highly of Xi's engagements, with some saying Xi's personal guidance and deployment have shown his great leadership capability.
Thanks, Du. This past year, COVID-19 has dealt a heavy blow to the world economy. China, due to its effective anti-pandemic measures, is expected to become the only major economy in the world to achieve positive growth in 2020. Let's go over now to Anastasia in Moscow. So Anastasia, in his diplomatic efforts this year, how has President Xi mentioned revitalizing the global economy?
Hi Dale. Well, President Xi Jinping has been participating in international online conferences throughout this year, and just last month, two of them were hosted by Russia, the SCO Summit and the BRICS Summit. At these events, President Xi Jinping put forward solutions on how to facilitate global economic recovery. He stressed the importance of openness, innovation, inclusiveness, and of course, the green development. In recent months, China has been promoting the so-called dual circulation. It means that the domestic and overseas markets will reinforce each other at the time when the COVID-19 pandemic has thrown the world into recession. Experts say that China is actually doing all it can to revive global economy. It promotes globalization, it calls on all the countries to unite efforts and build an open world economy.
Thank you, Anastasia. Now, turning to you, Xi. In 2020, President Xi addressed several virtual meetings held by the UN. What is it that struck you the most about what Xi said during these events?
Hi Dale. During those meetings, President Xi reaffirmed China's commitments to multilateralism. The essence of it is that international affairs should be addressed through extensive consultation. What's more, President Xi has pledged to promote a community with a shared future for mankind. This notion is his flagship vision for collectively addressing global challenges. Amid the pandemic, the concept is all the more important as leaders are expected to jointly find solutions on issues including global public health, full equality, and climate action, among others.
COVID-19, the worst pandemic in over a century, has certainly shown us how closely we're all connected these days. Earlier, we also spoke with a number of analysts in different countries. Here's a look at what they had to say about China's cloud diplomacy in 2020.
President Xi's cloud diplomacy has been very effective.
For several years, President Xi has been calling consistently for a global community with a shared future or with common destiny, particularly in the wake of the global pandemic. So if you look at the words that President Xi has used, they're not random words. They are very clear in their logical sequence. Health, security, development, and culture.
Every country is victim of this pandemic, and this is so huge challenge. So that's the reason President Xi Jinping has availed different platforms and opportunities to communicate with the world leaders, to solidify the efforts and collaborate with each other and jointly overcome pandemic.
Well, if nothing else, the pandemic has certainly served as a global test of leadership, and digital platforms have offered an alternative for leaders to communicate, engage, and build trust. In 2020, President Xi's cloud diplomacy is seen to have echoed the call of the times, with a vision on uniting all nations, sharing the planet, and making the post-pandemic world a better place for all. This is GLOBALink. Thanks for watching.